So we've been using the law of sines, but I wanted to explain to you where the proportions come from. All right, so we're just going to verify that the sine of A over A equals the sine of B over B. And understand we can interchange the angle names and the side names. Okay, so here's the basic setup. I have parts labeled for us. So I have angle A here is opposite of side A. Angle B is opposite of side B. And I've drawn in the height of this triangle. Okay, so now it's called the law of sines because we use the sine ratio. And we know the sine ratio is typically used with right triangles. So let's use sine coming from angle A here. So we're going to start with angle A there. So we're going to use the sine ratio from angle A. So I know the sine of A is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So that would be H over B. All right, so now what I don't want, thinking back to the law of sines, so the sine of A over A equals the sine of B over B. There's no H in there, right? We don't have a variable called H. So let's go ahead and solve this equation for H so that eventually maybe I can substitute it out. All right, so if I cross multiply, I would have B times the sine of A equals H. Let's do that same thing now from angle B. Again, using sine ratio. So I have the sine of B is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. That'd be H over A. Again, let's solve for H. So I'm going to multiply both sides by A. So I have A times the sine of B is equal to H. Okay, now I have two equations here. Both are equal to H. So that means I can just do a substitution, right? If they're both equal to H, then they have to be equal to each other. So really what happens here, when I substitute in, I have B times the sine of A is equal to A times the sine of B. Now, if you look at our original here, what we're going for, our sides are in the denominator. So what happens if I just divide by the side of B? I'd have the sine of A equals A times the sine of B over B. Well, now I just need to do the same thing with A. If I divide both sides by A, I'd end up with the sine of A over A. My A's would cancel here, so I'd have the sine of B over B. And that's where the law of sines comes from. Again, we can interchange those with angle B and C. We can call them X and Y. It doesn't really matter. We're really looking at the sine of an angle over its side is equivalent to the sine of another angle over its side.